ready to go. Gonna lay down softly in the meadow. Did you know?
Hey, what's up, you guys?
Hello.
Welcome to Guitar Jams on YouTube, connected to guitarjams.com. Anyway, got a great colleague here, Tony Brucco. You've probably seen some of the other videos we got going on. And I've just got him hanging out, so I figured, it's always good. You really learn from as many different musicians and pull from as many influences as you can. So I figure that you guys can learn some things out there that maybe I didn't think of, or from a different perspective. So I know what I'm going to ask you right now, because I get emailed the question a lot.
Okay.
Amps. Okay. Amps. Yeah. But specifically, how do I get a bluesy tone on my amp? And you would answer that question. I've answered it before, but you would answer it. How do I get that bluesy tone on my amp, Tony?
Well, first of all, it's having the right amp, in my opinion. Fender is my preference.
Okay, and you're not getting paid to say that?
I'm not.
Okay.
No. I wish I was.
No, I know, and I've never been paid to say anything I like. So.
And there are some newer model amps, like the divided by 13 and stuff that I enjoy too.
Right,
but
which
to get
I'm
the
not.
bluesy tone, I'll tell you what. For me, it's really using the amp to its fullest potential. Like, a lot of people use pedals, a lot of people use all these different effects and all these different things. I'm more of a guitar straight into the amp kind of guy.
Okay.
And with a combination of, like, say, a Stratocaster or a Telecaster through like a Blues DeVille or Bassman or a Deluxe or something, is you can really get a lot of different bluesy tones from from the amp. But I like to keep the mids sort of in the middle, maybe a little past the middle, and with the treble just maybe, because I like a warmer tone for my particular blues tone. So, and I'll take the bass just maybe 3 or 4, and I usually use this guitar, so this has a lot of tone itself. So it's really a combination, and it really depends on the song. It depends on what kind of tone I want. I'll either use this full body guitar, or I'll use like a Stratocaster or a Telecaster, just depending on it.
Right. So obviously with like a Gibson humbucker guitar, you're gonna have it's not as bright as a Fender.
That's right.
Fender Telecaster or whatever. So you have to set your EQs a little differently and things like that.
That's right.
But basically, what you were talking about, having the right amp.
Yeah.
You're referring to like a tube amp.
Tube amp. Yeah.
Yeah.
Big time.
I mean.
Yeah, those are key words here.
Yeah.
Tube amp.
Yeah.
Is
Tube.
key.
The key, I had another video where I kind of covered that a bit, but so like how much gain? I mean, with a hollow body, you can't use a lot of gain.
No. But I do have these covers that I put on here that can help me without, it'll help limit the feedback.
Right.
But gain, if I want a real crunchy tone, I want to use the overdrive in the amp,
Right.
Opposed to a pedal. Like
Right.
sometimes I'll use a pedal in concert with the amp, but I really, like I say, enjoy the natural tones of the amp. And if you have a nice, like let's say a Deluxe or something, the overdrive channel is just wonderful. And it's not you don't have to necessarily crank it in order to get that crunch,
Right.
And same with the divided by 13s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love my divided by 13. I really do, and I love the Fender amps. I mean, I always have Fender amps. Always. I mean,
they're like the staple.
Yeah, for like the blues and soul and funk and rock. I mean, dude, everything. I'm a big fan.
Me too.
Yeah, and that's cool because you're playing a Gibson guitar, but you love the Fender amp, so and that's fair.
Yeah,
it's fair to share those ideas.
Yeah, absolutely.
Share the love. But I've heard you rock before with the non-hollow body, and I don't want to give people necessarily the wrong impression because I know you can rock it up. But basically, what's like your ultimate guitar amp? What's your favorite guitar amp?
Well, I like some of the vintage amps, the vintage Bassmans, I think.
A Fender Bassman from like the 60s or something?
I'd say, or a Deluxe Reverbs are nice too. I don't have a one favorite because I'm so into tone, and I realize that tone you get different tones with different amps. And
Right.
I'm very happy with the overall experience with Fender again, because
Right.
every one of their amps may have a different tone, different
Sure,
from
sure.
each other, but all just incredibly great and wonderful.
Yeah, because I have a Fender Twin,
Hmm.
and then I have a Deluxe Reverb.
Yeah.
And they're really different from
They
each other.
sure are,
They're
yeah.
really different from each other. And one thing that's really cool too is like, I don't own one. I'd like to have one like a Blues Junior.
Uh-huh.
You know, like
I have
I
one.
used that on your CD.
In fact, yeah.
Yeah,
did.
yeah. So
It's great for low volume recording, and that's
Exactly,
that's
yeah,
what
yeah.
I'll use in the studio, because it's in the same family as you got the Blues DeVille, you got the Blues Deluxe, and then you got the Blues Junior. They're all related,
Right, right.
And I feel in the studio, I can give that a little,
Right.
because it's a smaller amp. I
Right.
can turn it up and get some really nice, wonderful tones in the studio. Performance, on the other hand, with drums and stuff, it doesn't have enough fees.
cut through, yeah, kind of thing.
It's just not enough power because it's a smaller amp. But
Yeah.
that's where we'll bust out the
Well,
Deluxe.
well, let's have the people. We'll play a little something from your album,
Sure.
and that's mostly Fender amps on there, right? I mean, a combination of different things.
There's a few different, but yeah, I'd say mostly.
Yeah, yeah, and this guitar's on it a lot too.
This guitar is on one track.
Yeah. All right. So you play a lot of different stuff. All right.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
Gonna get moving on down the road with my shoes on my shoulder. Barefoot I go. Did you know, did you know, did you know, did you know that the wind will softly blow? On my own and I walk in the light. Need a sweet mama to take my time. Gonna start dancing, dancing slow. And if you care to join me, no one will know. Did you know, did you know, did you know, did you know that the wind will softly blow? Stars are shimmering softly and the bright moon aglow. Won't you move a little closer? We got nowhere to go. Did you know, did you know,